Hello, I am Jody Wolf, and you're watching Expoz, July 26, 2012, 1:16 a.m. Birmingham, Alabama. Topic: a prophecy update. And I have heard this since my last blog about the New Madrid fault. I have heard this a number of times, and the most recent was on the Sid Roth Show, which was night before last. And this gentleman had a double vision, though. He had two back to back, and both of them, ironically, were in the very same place. And he said first he saw a hurricane, and he said it was not in the ocean, it was not in the Gulf, it was not in the Atlantic. He said it was in the center of the United States. And he said it reached from coast to coast, 3,000 miles, and then he said it covered the entire country. I'm kind of looking at this at perhaps a very complete, unstable country with many storms in it that we're going through now, and more that we're about to go through. But he did say this too. He said that he was showed the New Madrid fault, and that is the main one that I've been speaking of for over 2 years now. And two women has been seeing this vision for over 2 years now. But I'm putting this up today because I'm hearing this like in rapid succession from different people. They're all describing the same thing. And what he said, and when he said this, I studied enough that I know enough about it that I know what could happen. He said, God is plainly telling our country, you do not divide Israel. I gave that land to the Jews. Well, I promise you this. Our president and Hillary Clinton and others are doing all they can to give up. In fact, well, I'll go ahead and tell you this, to give up Jerusalem half and half, Palestinian for their state, their capital, and then half for Israel. That's a major problem, because on the Olympic Committee news, if you've not heard it, they're calling Jerusalem the home of the Palestinians. Although they gave Israel their 1 minute request, they did it in such a way that it's almost like a spoiled kid being made to do something they didn't want to do. So in my mind, in my opinion, what they gave the Jews didn't count, didn't mean anything. Sorry to get riled up, but again, this is what the gentleman saw. He saw the New Madrid fault split. He saw a great earthquake that ripped this country from coast, I'm talking about the Gulf of Mexico, to the bottom end of Minnesota. And I don't mean a earthquake that's a few feet wide. I'm talking about ripping it down the middle. The Mississippi River became up to 300 miles wide in places. In other words, the Gulf of Mexico went into the center of this country, 1,500, almost 2,000 miles, and split this country. He saw those two things, and he reported those two on the Sid Roth Show. And people are trying to warn us as hard as they can. Guys, listen. It's coming. It's biblical. If we try to split Israel, then you will be split. All the warnings are over. They're done. The only thing that comes next is the event. Be prepared. I will have a blog following this one that may help you prepare. Jody Wolf, Expoz.